This is Uprising. I'm Sonali Kohatkar. Did you know that Uprising is now a TV show as well as a radio show? We rely on subscribers to our YouTube channel to fund the TV production of Uprising, and you can sign up to be a subscriber at youtube.com/uprising with Sonali. The Islamic State's latest gruesome propaganda ploy is a threat to burn more than 20 men alive. The men are captured Kurdish fighters. ISIS had faced its most humiliating defeat at the hands of Kurdish Peshmerga fighters in the Syrian border town of Kobani. The group has also taken credit for last week's brazen attack in Tunisia, which killed more than 20 people. The question of what is motivating this mysterious army becomes ever more crucial. ISIS, or ISIL by its other acronym, burst onto the international stage early last summer when it took advantage of Iraq's internal chaos by capturing the major town of Mosul. Since then, the group has provided the perfect foil for a new U.S. war. Like the Taliban in Afghanistan, ISIS fits nicely into a narrative of a demonic, rage-filled group of fanatics which operates with mindless brutality, mowing down anyone who stands in its path or disagrees with its faith. They have expansionist ideals and a fine eye for propaganda. People from various countries have left behind their lives to join them in the struggle to establish an Islamic caliphate, including a handful of young women from Western countries. But my guest, Ramzy Baroud, contends that we need to change the framework within which we view ISIS. He thinks ISIS is a Western phenomenon, not in the conspiracy sense that Western countries have secretly created a new group to justify war, but in the sense that Western policies of marginalization, racism, and economic elitism have contributed directly to the creature that is ISIS. Ramzy Baroud is managing editor of Middle East Eye. He is an internationally syndicated columnist and media consultant, an author and the founder of PalestineChronicle.com. His latest book is My Father Was a Freedom Fighter, Gaza's Untold Story. Welcome to Uprising.
Thank you for having me, Sonali.
Thanks so much for joining us. Well, first, how much of an outsider in the Middle East is ISIS? How out of place is this group and its politics in terms of how they're viewed by ordinary Arabs?
Well, in order for you to examine that question, you just have to look at any historical or similar historical phenomenon in the Middle East. Look at Al-Qaeda, for example. If you examine it against the historical backdrop of foreign intervention, of corruption, of oppression within the Middle East, within the Muslim world, if you will, you would find that things actually add up. It doesn't mean that Al-Qaeda is doing good things. It doesn't mean that people are in agreement with what Al-Qaeda, their policies and their style of and their violent campaigns. But from a historical point of view, it is really more or less a homegrown phenomenon, and it's been a result of various variables that are explainable and can be deconstructed within an acceptable historical framework. If you look at ISIS, however, you'd find that it's becoming increasingly difficult to understand and deconstruct that phenomenon if compared to the situation, the political reality in the Middle East. And that's where my argument that there is really more to ISIS than being a Middle East phenomenon, more to it being a Western phenomenon, in fact, to some degree.